Hello, freaks, geeks, gamers, and nerds. Welcome to Scruffy Gaming. I'm Scruffy, and this is Scruffy Tales. And we're back doing another squad video because why not? And I'm gonna be talking a bit in this video on how to defend a point and what you may or may not have considered in the past doing this. So why not take a look at it? So of course, one of the big questions playing squad is where do you place the defensive hab, on the point or away from the point? And you can hear squad leaders arguing over this in command chats and Discord groups and what have you. Me personally, I kind of do both. It kind of depends on the situation, depends on the point itself, on the layer, on the map, and what have you. So I'm not going to argue in favor of either one. I think both works depending on the situation. To be perfectly honest, what we should remember though, if when we place the hab and the radio on the point, yes, it allows the team to quickly spawn in to defend and contest the point itself. But I mean, if the enemy spawn in down here, they will be running straight for the cap zone to capture the point, and that means they will, while overrunning the cap zone, they will also overrun the hab and find the radio. So you're not only gonna lose and they are not. You're not only gonna lose 20 tickets from losing the radio. They are also gonna gain, what is it, 50 points for taking the point, the point itself. So you basically lose 70 tickets compared to the other team if they overrun the point with a radio on it. On the other hand, it allows you to spawn in guys quickly onto the point to contest and deny the other team to capture the point. You can slow down the capture, as it were. So it's a bit of a give and take there what to do. Then, of course, the other option is to build the hab away from the point and maybe not on it but close to it. So you can still spawn in close to the hab and don't have to run all that far in order to reach it to defend it. And this is obviously a perk, since if the other team overruns the point, you still have a hab active that can help out with the defense. So this is obviously a decent option. You can't really avoid that. And then you have, of course, the backup hab. It's a hab used for defense a bit further away from the point, that should the main defensive habs be overrun, you still have a hab in the area that can help out with the defense. So even if you lose these habs, you can still spawn in, move in and save the hab, or move in and save the point, for instance. There are some defensive perks with this, having spread out habs like this. It means usually that the other team will send one or two squads to take the point, and then another squad will be forced or will try and move for the hab placed away from the point. So they are now forced to split up their forces in order to engage your defensive position. So they have to have some troops here, they have to have some troops here, and that forces them to split their forces, I mean, if only I have a hab here, and then all of them will come running this way, right? So makes some sense to split up where you have the habs as well. That said, the guys that are going for the hab that has been placed some way away from, and a lot of repetitions here, from the actual point, their goal might not be to push in and overrun your hab. All they need to do is essentially end up between the point and the hab and slow down your team that are spawning in. So if you're spawning in over here and want to run this way, and all of a sudden you have enemy players here and they're trying to sneak their way up to locate the hab, You have to fight your way through these guys while they have 1 or 2 squads moving in to clear the cap zone, right? So it's not just perks having Habs away from the point as well. If the other team moves in and starts harassing the defensive Hab that is placed at a distance, that could ease up the capture for the other team as they're moving in, and there are hardly any of your friendlies on the point since you're stuck out here trying to fight your way through a random squad that is slowing you down. So, I mean, you have to keep these things in consideration when you place a defensive Hab. Like I said, I'm not going to say that never place a Hab on a point. Not at all. I do it all the time. I also place Habs at the medium distance so that you can spawn in relatively close to the point and still be able to support it. And then you have backup Habs a bit further away that can help out with the active defensive Hab or the point itself and stuff like that. So you're just gonna have to get a feel for it, for the point in question, the map in question, the layer, and stuff like that. But you need to keep this in mind that Hab on the point can be easily overrun, but having a Hab away from the point might lead to the other team slowing down your reinforcements, and so that you can't contest the point, and that might actually allow them to move in and capture the point. Right, moving on. And here we have Goose Bay, isn't it? The airfield on Goose Bay. Just to highlight how you need to think while defending a point. This is a usual capture point that shows up on a couple of layers. And usually what you see is the Hab right on top of the point, and then everyone just sits and tries to defend these buildings while the other team places Habs all around and moves in and, overtakes the point itself. So what you need to do in this situation is to consider, if I was attacking, where would I place Habs? And the usual spots are out here, right? And especially over here is where you usually end up with an attacking Hab. And then you have some other positions around down here in these buildings as well. So what do you do to defend, to not get stuck here and get locked down? You need to, as a team, not just one squad, but you need to coordinate with the entire team to have 3 or 4 guys at each location. Think, where would I put a Hab if I was attacking this point? And you all know these are the usual spots or in these areas. So therefore you need to send out 3 or 4 guys, maybe 2 or 3 guys to these spots and have them just sit and wait and listen. Because eventually a Logi will show up. They will come. And when those Logis show up, the guys report back to the squad leader, and the squad leader can then tell the team, there's a Logi up here, they intend to build a Hab. Hopefully the 2 or 3 guys over here can intercept that Logi and engage it and maybe kill the squad leader, maybe disrupt it, maybe if they have a lat, take out the Logi and what have you. Your friendly vehicles can move up to help out with the fighting and what have you. So what I'm saying is, don't defend the point. Defend the territory away from the point, right? Because if you let them push in every time they kill one of your guys on your team, that means they're one step closer to beginning capping the point. If they have to kill your guys out here, they're not near the point and can't capture, and you can spawn in on the other positions with those guys that just died, then they can be brought back into playing defense, right? So defend away from the point and spread out where you think they will place a Hab. Listen for the Logi, inform the team, intercept, and engage and destroy the Logi and that the squad intend to build a Hab. And on this particular map, I mean, they're going to be coming here. There's a big chance they're going to be trying to reach the bunkers or the hangars down here. So I usually, if I'm, joining late to a game and solo playing with my squad, and no one else wants to join, I set up shop over here and just sit over here and listen for the Logi that I know is going to come. I'm going to hear the Logi if it drives over here. I'm going to hear the Logi if it tries to come through here. And I can hear the Logi if it's trying to come in from the south as well. So this is a good spot to patrol, just to listen for Logis on the move. Just a tip. Also, if I was playing the attacker, I would place my Habs down here, taking the long way around, avoiding this area altogether and coming up from the south to reach these positions to place a Hab behind the other team where they least expect it, so that you can then move in, hunt down their Habs, and move in on the point eventually after I have taken down their Habs in the process. So, you need to keep an eye on the rear of the lines as well. You don't just focus on the standard spots where you always find a Hab, because there's always going to be a sneaky squad leader like myself who will try and place a Hab where you least expect it. I highlighted here green where you might also place your usual backup Habs to support the main point. But you get what I'm saying, right? These are the usual spots. Keep an eye on them early on so you can hear the Logis coming in, and so that you can call out where the enemy are gathering, so you can move up tanks and combat vehicles to engage them and what have you. And also defend the point away from the point. Don't fight them on the point. Fight them where they are the furthest away from the point, relatively speaking, right? So that is this example. And here we have Gorodok, just to highlight the same things I've been talking about for using this point here as reference when you're defending. Do you want to defend the ruins, or do you want to defend the territory out here? Because they're going to be trying to come up through these woods. They're going to be trying to follow the river with a Logi to place a Hab to the east. Probably going to try and come in behind you, right, to place a Hab up in these buildings, maybe in town, maybe down here in these are brick buildings, aren't they? I've seen Habs being built over here on a number of occasions also. So this is where they want to move in with their Logis. So why are you defending here if you know that they're going to be moving up here with the guys on foot and with Logis? Have 2 or 3 guys out here away from the point, defending the woods out here, and when they hear a Logi coming in, when they engage infantry, then you know where the other team is, and then you can coordinate with the team and engage the enemy at a distance away from the point, right? And also backup Habs in the rear to support the main point if they push through, so you can always move in other guys from a distance. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you to not have a Hab on the point. I do it from time to time as well. So feel free to do that. But what you need to understand is, don't set up shop and super fob. Have troops at a distance. Listen for enemy Logis. Have them sit in a bush, and if they see the other team moving, just sit tight. They don't have to shoot. All they need to do is report back in that they're seeing movement down here, and then you know where the attack is coming from. So you can push your squad out to set up shop and engage the other team as they're pushing in. And and stay wary of where the Habs might be built. Where would you place a Hab to attack the point? Okay, so yeah, you like to set up shop up here and then walk through the woods to attack the point. Well, send out a guy or two to these buildings in that case to keep an eye on it. Or keep them here at half distance so they can at least hear a Logi moving in. So this is basically how you should defend. Be proactive, engage the other team away from the point, so you don't lose all your guys on the point, because if you lose guys on the point, that means they're getting closer to begin capping the point. If the fight, where would you rather fight? On the point or away from the point, right? It's better to fight them over here, because if you lose troops, they can spawn in and then rejoin the fight. because if you're losing troops here, any guy that dies is going to be far away from defending the point as the other team is pushing in and gaining ground on the point itself. Makes sense, right? So here's my 2 cents on how to defend a point. The basics, rudimentary, how to set up shop, where to move your guys in the squad, and what to think of and be wary of when you're trying to defend. And SOLO is an acronym. Stop often, listen often. And that works in real life, and it actually works in squad as well when you're playing defense. Listen for the logies as they're moving in, and stop and look around for movement away from the point, from the defensive point, and try and spot the other team as early as possible so you can move in your squad and move in friendlies to overwhelm that enemy squad before it has time to set up a radio and a hab. Anyway, that's going to have to be it. I hope I'll see you in the next one.